On social media, if you guys are, following dog training or you guys follow different advice, you're going to hear certain common like urban legends and kind of some advice that's common. And one of them is going to be littermates. So let's chat a little bit about littermates. You want to take it away?
So Littermate Syndrome. Okay, you've watched enough of my videos and enough of Brent's videos to have probably heard us explain this before. This doesn't mean that every time I take two puppies from the same litter that they're guaranteed to have issues and to fight. That's not the case. But it is definitely more prevalent when we take two dogs from the same litter versus taking two dogs from different litters. Although I'm not a big fan of grabbing two puppies at the same time and raising them for a multitude of reasons, which I'll get into. But we have to be very careful when we have these puppies who have been fighting for the mom's teat since they were a minute old, and they're constantly, I'm
Testing each other.
Yes. Yeah. I'm using fighting with quotes, so we'll go with testing, but constantly pushing boundaries and testing each other since day one. And they're going to go through something very important, puppyhood and then adolescence together. And we've got these hormonal beings in our house going through the same hormonal change at the same time. You're going to deal with problems. Like, it's inevitable. Right? They're going to be like teenagers together who just bicker and fight. But sometimes this becomes extreme. And we do see it often enough with littermates to go, is this the right solution for me? And that's something that I would put a little asterisk next to my brain. Maybe I shouldn't get two puppies at the same time. But if I'm going to get two puppies, maybe not from the same litter.
Yeah. And if you are going to get them from the same litter, definitely opposite sex, right? Because here's the cool thing about nature. If I have a brother and a sister that grow up together, well, female dogs go through puberty 3 months earlier than male dogs. So they get to boss him around while he's still juvenile, And then once he's 10 months old, then he goes through puberty, right? So female dogs at 7 months, boy dogs around 10 months. And that's how nature designed it. So there's going to be less probability of infighting if you have opposite sexes that are littermates. And if you guys do currently have littermates and you're listening to this, just know that if you see conflict, management is key. Do not let them rehearse fighting, resource guarding, sassing each other. Separate them and only put them together when you can supervise them and referee them and allow them to mature and grow up, and simultaneously develop control over them, right? Get them to relax, teach them how to pay attention to you, teach them how to stop on command. These things are going to be extremely important for developing brains who might have natural competition with each other. Now, there's this other side that happens with littermates, is that they can also become hyper codependent on each other.
Yes.
Okay.
And just so everyone knows, we actually don't just see this with littermates. It's just more profound with littermates. But this happens with dogs all the time who have never spent time away from each other. Obviously, if they were born at the same time and have spent every waking minute being alive together, it's going to be more profound. But what we mean by that is that they aren't okay without the other dog being around. So it's more than just, I want this dog around. It's almost an addiction that I need this dog to be around. And there's separation anxiety between the dogs, much like we see with separation anxiety between human and dog or dog and human. If you do happen to get two young dogs at a similar time, like Brent was saying, it is important to have good management systems, good controlling, put boundaries and limits with your relationship so that it can extend to other relationships. Once again, it's also really important that we do spend time taking one dog out without the other, putting one dog in the crate and bringing one into the house. Now, that goes well beyond littermates. This should go for if you have two dogs who are completely different ages, breeds, sexes, doesn't matter. It's important that they learn that I don't need to be doing something every single day with that dog at every single time. It's important that we separate these dogs at times. They shouldn't be relying on each other, and you shouldn't feel bad about that. Just the same that we shouldn't feel bad if we do have different ages with different sets of rules, the whole 9 yards. So it extends well beyond littermates. It goes into our dog's entire life. So always keep that in mind.
Yeah, I love that. So if you guys are in a situation where you're getting littermates, you pick opposite sexes. If you see conflict and infighting at a really, really young age, manage your dog, separate them and only allow them to be together supervised to buy you enough time to develop control over these puppies in hopes that they mature well together. And then as Vinnie was alluding to prevent attachment, make sure that you teach dogs to have structured separation from each other so that, one dog learns to play with toys by himself while you train the other dog, and then switch them. And then maybe take one for a walk while the other one is playing with a ball in the yard, and teach them to be independent of each other as much as possible, just to try and balance out the equation.